Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and this is Dominions 4, The Thrones of Ascension, Byzantine Pythium, and we are now in the late summer of Year 6 of the Ascension Wars. Our god, Dikeasune, but as we have discussed, not traditionally our god, but more like the guiding principles by which we as Pythians live, has cast the spell Purgatory, which causes all undead within the dominion of Pythium and Marignan to be burned up in holy fire. So I'm hoping that will help us out quite a bit. It was very expensive, but I'm hoping that the benefit will be worth the cost. Ylli was the victim of an assassination attempt, not content to take Opal Warrior's brave life. This foul assassin is attempting to do the same to his replacement, Ylli. Let us see how this goes. It is, of course, nighttime, where these foul assassins do their best work. One of the bodyguards is dead. The next bodyguard is dead, but Ylli rises to the challenge and takes him out. Good job, Ylli. And we need to get you some more bodyguards. There was a battle in the Promised Land. We are fighting Oceania. I believe this is our new angel Thanatos. Yes. Yes, it is. And just so I'm clear on this, this is not a name that came with the game. This is a requested name, one of my named heroes, and it is quite a cool Greek name, and it fits right in with the setting. Being as I believe this is his first major battle, I'm showing it, even though it's rather weak. The benefit that he has also is that he has all of his angel buddies. Barabel is down to only one, I believe. Glimmering Fields. Oh, this is going to be a pretty crazy battle. This is Emperor Burnsaber and company's army. And let's see here. You are Flamey 1. You might notice I'm looking at the alchemists. Why would I do such a thing? Well, because unlike you, I have already seen this battle, and this is telling me something that I need to know. Okay, moving forward. Gosh, look at all those giants. Can you remember back in the day when that many giants used to really scare us and make us think that there was no way we could possibly survive? I remember those days. You were supposed to hide up behind the lines, dude. What are you doing? You're not wearing any armor. Honestly, the alchemists have kind of outlived their usefulness anyway. Their alchemical flames are nice, but don't really do a whole lot of damage, and there's really nothing else they can cast that's very good. The acid's pretty decent. And the fire alchemists can Phoenix power, and as a result cast Falling Fires, which is pretty good. Okay, the 7th has been summoned. I'm glad to see that this time around our buddy Fangawolf is ethereal. Hopefully that will avoid him being taken out by an enemy arrow. And Dragonstrike just basically murdered all of our Vestals, so I might have to set him to something else besides Falling Fires. Nilex too. We're killing more of our own troops than the enemy are. The arrows are coming in fierce. There's our turncoat fighting against his own people. Are the Varangians running? What are they doing? You're facing the wrong way, guys. They couldn't possibly be running. They have the best morale in the world. No, they're still in this fight. Hey, who are you guys? Somebody stop those guys. Come on. Oh, good. They're running. Cowards. all this magic is not too efficient. The Blade Wind is doing more damage to us than the enemies. The Falling Fires, for the most part, as well. Maybe improving the aim of my units will fix that. Or we could just switch spells to stuff like all of my Theaters can paralyze and soul slay and all that goodness. But the problem is those aren't mass effect spells. They get one guy at a time. But if I have 3 Theurgs over 5 turns, that's 15 giants. Pretty decent. We're trying to enslave some of them, and we're being successful. Oh, we've got one of... Or no, who is... What is going on here? I don't even know. Are you still fighting for me? I can't even tell. Are you still a bad guy? Wow, what a battle. Let's see what happened here. We lost an Alchemist, 9 Vestals. We gained a Cave Drake and a Scorpion Beast. We lost 15 Velites, that was pretty rough. 2 Hestadas. We gained 2 Amorites, 2 Gileadites, and 1 Rephite Commander, who is no longer a commander, and 6 Archers. We lost our Hill Giant and 3 Varangians. So net loss of 18 troops. We're still in this, but I did not like seeing all those Vestals go down. We took out 2 Rephite Commanders, 2 Wyverns, and 73 assorted giants and things. Rivia. Marignan was beaten by Scaleria. Olifia. Marignan's actually having pretty tough times, truth be told. Okay, Barbel. This is actually kind of a big force. Okay, Barbel has 2 angels left. Barbel's not normally used to fighting this much stuff, and they poison when they attack you, so if he gets poisoned, it just takes too long. He does not have regeneration. I can't afford it as of yet, though I intend to give it to all of my angels at some point. And we've routed them. Pretty good. Nashen. Marignan beats Ermor. Good for you, guys. Chalad. Oh yes, this is us trying to regain our fortress from the enemy. And considering this is our strongest army that we currently possess, I would hope that it is not troublesome, and no, it will not be. However, we gained a Mound King, which, again, we're the good guys. I don't know what we're going to be doing with a undead warrior, but luckily he's not a commander anymore. He's just a troop that's fighting with us. So, Kunal, Ermor, beat Marignan. Yieldmeyer. Ah yes, we are attacking the fortress once again. Another sizable army, actually. Let's speed this one up. I'm not expecting anything too unusual to happen here. Yeah, maybe the Acid Bolt is a better weapon than the Alchemist Fire at this point. But only certain alchemists can cast it. Some of them cannot. Flare is less effective than I would expect it to be. I thought Flare was a pretty good spell, comparable to Falling Fires. But you see here, it's not even killing skeletons. Of course, neither is Falling Fires, when you really look at it. I think it's more visually impressive than it is statistically impressive on the battlefield. Not a whole lot of my Vestals became ethereal. What would be great in this game is if the throne existed that made all of your sacred units have awe. That would be awesome. Because then my Vestals would be unstoppable forces of terror. And my angels. Well, they come with awe anyways, but not the angels of fear. But they're not sacred. Are they sacred? I don't know. I'll have to check. Alright, so that was pretty crazy. That was Yieldmeyer. We lost 2 Vestals and 1 Velite and 1 Principe. It seemed like a lot more than that. We took out 134 enemies. Those are the kind of odds that I enjoy. Binof. Marignan beats Ermor, perhaps? I can't really tell. Don't care enough to really look. There was a battle in Ivermark. They're attacking Fort Wallace again. With Nothing. And look at our new defenders, everyone. We have Sheshai Anakite, although he is diseased and will probably not last too long. Although he is sacred. Sacred to me, even. Really? If I possess a sacred unit, they become my sacred unit? And we have a Bashanite, who's also diseased. Apparently, disease follows the troops that I convert. Other than that, we're just doing our business. Wallace, please do me the favor of... Yeah, you have that thing. So stop running into battle. I believe this is Bonifacius Gustavus. No, that's Marius. Gustavus must be somewhere else. And this is Cornelius, yeah. Where is... There he is. I think Gustavus is ethereal. Yep, Bonifacius Gustavus. Hello. The giants must surely be losing their morale from having my troops enslave so many of their brothers to fight with me. I would say brothers and sisters, but I have yet to see any female giants, except for their god. Man, they suck with those javelins. They couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Done. Tokshin is just tearing everything up. We lost nothing, and we took out all 3 of them. Although that took forever just to kill 3 guys. The Sinks. Oh, this is our Angel of Fury. A little bit of snow on the ground. That's how you know we're leaving my dominion. The fear effect and the cold effect. So yeah, once we get him fighting proper undead, it's going to be a little problematic because his cold is not going to affect them at all, and his fear is not going to affect them at all. Purgatory has struck 54 undead creatures. Doesn't tell me if they died or what. 549 gold, I will take that. We took out 2, hopefully, assassins. And we're starting to destroy the gate at Yildmir, but we are not successful in that. Okay, so quickly, let's see what I'm doing. My army of the south under Lukos is moving to the south, hence their name. I have loaded everyone up with Vestals in training. Tolmac, Lukos, Yams, Julianus Apostata, Nostradamus, Univine. Yams is fine now because he has the bottle, but Tolmac is old, though nothing has happened to him yet. Nostradamus is doing okay. Univine is doing okay. I thought we had someone else who was old, but I guess not Julianus. No, he's very young. I gave Julianus the Bottle of Fire, not for any particular reason, but, you know, that extra gem might help during battles, and they're pretty cheap to make. Old Theurg, are you diseased yet? Is that what this means? No, just a limp. Okay, well, you're feeling your age. Oh, and I also gave Lukos a bottle with a water elemental in it, so that should be pretty helpful. We're going to take on this giant undead army here. I'm going to continue with my Angel of Fury, as long as I don't meet serious resistance. As soon as I meet serious resistance, I'm going to send him back, because not unlike my Harbingers, he is not really intended for hardcore action, though he is armored pretty well. He, you know, again, his cold effect doesn't really affect the undead, though I'm pretty sure the attack does, and the horror doesn't do anything to them either. So I'm just going places where I don't see any troops blocking him. They are content to sit outside. Oh, they've conquered this castle from Ulm now. So Ulm's pretty much out of the game at this point. And no one else can reach that army but me, so I'm going to be the one who has to deal with it. Maybe from this group up here, though I really wanted them to go over to this throne. We're moving our 2 angels down here, Mayhem and Midare, up to take on these Scalarians. Just to raid, get some magic sites, you know the business. We're moving our army here to finally siege this castle. I'm moving these 2 angels to take this castle and keep it from producing additional reinforcements. So they're going to have to send reinforcements from the north, although they have 4 castles, so that's enough to do it. 1 angel alone probably I wouldn't want to do, but 2's worth trying. Everybody here is just patrolling. I'm recruiting some units here in the capital to move out and reinforce whoever needs it. And honestly, that's all there is to say. I've got Yikali and Yadskird here, and I'm also bringing Uramasu and Pakang with some more troops. Since the throne I'd really like to hold. My eventual goal here, and we'll see what happens. I mean, if this army decides to come back here, I'm going to have to do something about it, but my eventual goal is to come down to the throne and take it. Though, that's far, far away. We could go 1, 2, 3, at least 3, maybe even 4 if I want to take this one as well. And again, we have this giant, though weak, army of 870, mostly soulless and ghouls, both of which we've seen are ridiculously easy to kill, but 870 is quite a few of them. And also, none of this territory falls under my dominion, which is a problem. So, that's kind of the situation we find ourselves in. We're doing better up here. Well, not really, actually. The only area in my dominion is this one. And it's not even in my dominion, it's just not in my dominion. It's in no one's dominion. And I wonder if it would say that. Yeah, dominion strength 0. Whereas all these areas are slightly not under my dominion. We actually lost dominion in this province. Though we're maintaining it here in the Urmor Seas, which is great because it lets us kill them, and especially here. This is painful. All these ghouls are getting nailed by Purgatory in this area, so that's fantastic. They even have a temple there. This castle of Urmor, which is exactly where I'd want it to be, and Marignan is doing a number on them here in this region. So that's that story. Alright. Nothing else really new to report. My magic resources are going up by a lot. 11 fire gems, 8 water gems, 9 earth gems, although the ones I really need, air, astral, and nature, are kind of lagging behind everything else. I'm basically casting every site search spell I know on our new province. Was it this one? No, this one. Emain. And I gave it as much province defense as I can afford, which is 16. That should hold versus these scattered undead. So I hope you all are having a wonderful day. I'm glad to know that Urmor hasn't conquered the last throne yet, though eventually we're going to need to steal one out from under him. Or her. It. Because that's what we need to do. This game is it's a game of winning thrones. Okay. Wow. Lots going on. Arcane probing, nothing. Auspex, nothing. Apsu, nothing. Harspex, nothing. Augury, nothing. Whoa, for a swamp province, this is bollocks. And Scalarius trying to assassinate Falresh. I'm thinking this isn't going to go well for him. And it did not. Okay. The Promised Land has been conquered. Glimmering Fields. Oh man, that means they might have stopped us from making it to the castle. Nope. They just routed all these people that I left there, stupidly, without actually adding it to my army. That's a lot of giants. Okay, well, they've taken Glimmering Fields back, and now our army is surrounded. That is generally not a good thing. Falresh is attacking Amakria. Mostly living troops, so probably will not go well for them, is my guess. Though they do have some ethereal shadows. And that was enough. That was enough. And as he gets experience, he will become even stronger. Sonria, looks like Marignan was... I can't even tell. Probably 1. I don't know. Scythia. Oh yes, the castle. I'm not expecting that they will have much in our way here, and they do not. Did we lose anything to friendly fire? Abolite. Kunal, Marignan 1 against Urmor. That's what I like to see. Nashen. I don't know. Rivia. Marignan apparently lost against a rather large Urmorian force. Ostmark. This is the northern castle. Though we're not going to be able to stay here because we're going to have to go take the provinces that were taken from us. Unfortunately. Maybe I can leave one of my angels here. Maybe Barabel, since he's stronger on his own and the other guy has all the little buddy angels. Come on, guys. Whenever you're ready. There we go. Alright, good. Might Marsh. We're attacking Urmor. Oh, yes, this is their rather large force, unless they moved it. Well, they moved some of it, obviously. But let's see how we do. Okay. Starting off pretty well. Falling Fires was enough to send those militia away. Oh, we are amazing. Goodbye, Ermor. We lost nothing. Ermor seems to have beaten Marignan, but one Inquisitor took out 35 troops. So Ermor's having a rough time. Iron Range was taken by Ermor. I think that's the Pass province. We don't have to keep an eye on that. We're being attacked in Yieldmere. Yes, Galeria, unless you're bringing a lot to the table, no. Sorry, folks. This is not going to go well for you. Although we could use a bit more on the regular infantry. Once this castle falls, hopefully it'll have enough production to refill my infantry, or I'll move some reinforcements up since this army isn't too far away from the capital. Okay. Barbarians are already running. Vestals versus ghouls. God, ghouls are not attractive looking things. We have some living troops here. My Varangians are having fun with them. They have borrowed the ethereal trick from me, it looks like. And they are routed. Were they able to do anything? Yieldmere, right? They took out 3 Varangians and a Principe. And we took out 121 of them. That's what I like. Golem range. Golem range. Oh, right. Right, my 2 angels. Of course. There they are. One on either side. Well, there's a lot of troops here, but I can't imagine this not being a victory. I love vine shields. Have I mentioned that? I love them so much. And they're running. They don't even know what to do. These two together, I think, can pretty much take anything that isn't undead or mindless. Although we did lose the Sinks. So that's 3 undefended provinces that we have lost. Zox looks like Marignan was successful. Ablak, it looks like Ermor was successful. Purgatory this time took out 173 undead. We killed 2 more assassins. We lost a scout. Scythia, we are still trying to destroy. Ostmark is unharmed. We expected that. And we are still trying to destroy Yieldmere. That worries me, since undead are really shitty at guarding or breaking down walls. And we've been there for 2 turns. That means they must have quite a few troops in there. That is not the happiest news I've heard today. And it looks like Ermor has done something very foolish, which is they have split their forces up, which means they will be easy pickings for this hungry army. And should I? Well, let's just put 5 units in there just to stop it from falling to something ridiculous like a scout. Meanwhile, is there any... Oh, I would love to take out this temple, but I think that's too many people for Thalresh to go after. What do we have here? 30 boars? I think that's right up Thalresh's alley. Don't know what the heck kind of spell that is. But 30 boars he can take. And there's our Mound King, the lone guardian of our castle at Chalad. This was a good castle to take because 1 earth gem, 1 earth gem, and 1 fire gem. So we got some gems coming out of here. Let's pull some more guys there. And we should probably get a Centurion. Oh man, there's no production here. Let's leave that be. We'll get a Centurion here. That should be good. Okay. So, this is another problem. These guys just won't leave me alone. And these guys can, again, ravage the lands near my home. So, we're going to send Barbel down here and Thanatos over here. Dimitri suggested, and he's right, honestly, that I need to put angels on top of these castles to keep them from recruiting troops. But I can't do that when the enemies are getting within 2 provinces of my capital. If Oceania was not in this game and the waters were neutral, that would be pretty much an effective border. But since they are, and apparently not fighting Ermor, for what it's worth, I need to figure something else out, because someone has to stay here and guard this castle. In fact, I'm almost ready to recruit another Harbinger. I just need the items for them. So, alright, well excellent. So, it shouldn't be too long before this castle falls to us. I'm not sure whether I should send these two against this army here. It's mostly undead. They're probably not the best idea. Instead, I could use them to raid. Or I could move them north to help with the finalizing of Ashdod. Or I can move them south against Urmor. Right now, I would say Urmor is probably the most pressing threat. Ulm still holds on to that throne, but for how long, who knows. Urmor has a huge force here, though we are taking quite a bit of it. And it's also near their... That's pretty funny that they attack this from the east, because their main core territory here is to the west. There's more Urmorians. They're heading south. Again, this province is the one to really keep an eye on, because it has the level 2 throne. In fact, I might want to scry on that again. The capital of Marignan is under attack yet again. In fact, they're just getting creamed. Remember, they used to be like down here. They're not having good times. At least this fortress and this fortress still stand, and they are pretty strong in the west, and they're helping me against Urmor, which is great. So, and my Dominion seems to be pushing theirs away. This used to have one enemy Dominion, now it has nothing. So that is, and this, wow, this is now up to 4 of my Dominion. So, oh, look at this. Marignan built a temple pretty much everywhere. Wish they would have spent that money on troops, but for right now I'm glad about it. Wish I had enough money to build temples. That would certainly be a lot of fun. Have we gained any magic sites? Sometimes when you conquer a site an enemy has, you'll find, like for instance here, there's a gorge, a cypress forest. You'll find sites that they have searched. Let's see if there's anything here. Unfound door, gem deposits. See, all this is good stuff. But apparently, nothing new here. Like the Urmor hasn't searched this. Might Marsh. I think I might have searched that. I honestly don't even know. But the throne seems pretty safe. That's my #1 priority with this guy, is to protect the throne, and of course this team right here. I'd love to build a fort here, honestly, even if I wouldn't be able to build anything. But hard to do when you have no money whatsoever. In fact, if anything, my income has gone up. Don't get me wrong, it's gone up by about 150, but my upkeep has gone up quite a bit too, namely because of all these gigantic armies I have running around. Once I have more angels, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 more, I will be a lot more flexible. And my armies will only be used against castles. But even then, I need to increase their size and give them items which help walls be broken down. So, thank you very much for watching. It appears that we are on the upswing, and things are going pretty well, with the one exception of Urmor being able to capture thrones. We have to keep an eye on that throne, but even if that throne falls, we're still okay. That one right there is the key. Right there. I don't think there's any other throne that Urmor is quite threatening severely. No, that one down here is safe. So this one will win the game for them, and this one will just get them one step closer, so we got to keep an eye on that. I'm torn between moving this army to the west and south, but they are the army of the south, and frankly, this is a level 3 throne. It'll be one of our goals anyway. Even if Urmor didn't have it, it's something that we would need to win ourselves. Let's quickly look at the graphs. I know this is going a little over, but... Okay, provinces. Urmor had the most, but they've been hit hard. We are here. So we're slightly below Scaleria in provinces. Ulm just got nailed by Urmor. You could see that there. Wow. Marignan is doing okay. Ashdod is about where they are. Oceania is a bit higher. I wonder where they're getting all their provinces from. In forts, we are here, still far behind our rivals. In income, we are about tied with Scaleria, it looks like, and ahead of Ashdod. So I'm hoping conquering them will give me lots and lots of money. In gem income, our dominance is being challenged now by Urmor. They have shot up, probably because of Ulm, because they killed so many Ulmish lands. But that's good news for me, because as I take those lands back from Urmor, I should gain those gems. Research, I am now well ahead of my enemies. Dominion, I am now well ahead of, well, not well ahead, but I'm slightly ahead of all of my enemies. Ulm's Dominion is actually quite helpful, and so is Ashdod's. So I have no stake in reducing their Dominions. Their Dominions are actually pretty good and help me a lot. Urmor's Dominion, on the other hand, the three of us combined, by our powers combined, we are Captain Planet. We're keeping Urmor down, which is fantastic. And finally, army size. Urmor fallen under some rough times, as you can see here. And I, not so much. My army is now the third largest after Urmor and Scalaria. We're right about here. So that does mean Urmor has about 3 times as many troops, but as we saw, every battle we lose 5 guys, they lose about 200. So that's how that works. Ulm has been bashed. Marignon's not doing too well. I'm surprised Marignon is doing so much poorly compared to Oceania, and Ashdod is almost a spent force. So there we are. Our only challenge right now is just making sure Urmor does not win the game via thrones. Even if that means our tactical situation needs to be harmed, I think it's worth it stealing that throne to the south from them as best we can. I don't like leaving an army unprotected, so I'm going to try to keep, with my angels maybe, I'll try to keep a stream of area, so if they lose they could retreat at least. But I think it's worth skipping this castle and going straight for this one, sieging it, taking it, and then hoping for the best, I guess, at that point. I mean, Marignon is here, so we're not too far away from our buddies there, and this is within our, at least the water's within our dominion. If we could push our dominion south with us, that would be very helpful, though I don't know how such a thing can be accomplished without temples. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.